good day. So we are going to continue the next part of the adjustments. We are now going to tackle liability method and revenue method. Now, liability method and revenue method is suitable for unearned revenues and deferred revenues. Now, the concept of this is these are revenues collected or received in advance for the future sale of inventory or performance of services. These revenues are not yet earned but already collected by the businesses. So the adjusting entries for unearned revenues depend upon the method used to record them. So we have two. Okay, so we have liability method and revenue. So we'll have first liability. Under this method, the account credited upon the collection or a receipt of the cash is a liability account. So upon adjustment here, such as a liability account, will be debited and an appropriate revenue account is credited, and thus the earned portion is recorded. Okay? While in revenue method, this account credited upon collection of a receipt of cash is a revenue account. Upon adjustment, such revenue account is debited and a liability account is credited. Thus, the unearned portion is recorded. Now, okay, as what I have read a while ago where it is stated, so kapag liability method ang ginamit natin, we are recording actually liability or unearned revenue account. So if we are going to receive advance payment from the customer, so we will going to record it as liability if we are going to use liability method. But at the end of the year, at the end of the period, we are going to recognize revenue, okay, and decrease the liability account since there will be a earning of revenue at the end of the period. So hindi siya lahat liability na because some of the services will be rendered at the end of the period. That is why we need to adjust. While in the revenue method, when we receive a cash advance or cash payment from the customer, we will record it revenue agad. Okay? Therefore, at the end of the period, hindi lahat yung revenue, okay? Some of the services will be given the next period. That is why we need to recognize liability account at the end of the period, since not all of what has been collected in advance are earned. Okay, so we have here a example or an example, and we are going to apply two methods for this. Okay, so on September 1, ABC Dormitory received 120,000 from a tenant. So this 120,000 is an advance payment from a customer or from a tenant. So the amount represents a 1 year rental beginning the month of September. Okay, so again, if we are going to adjust, okay, so we have to be careful of the date, ayan, September 1, and we are going to adjust it at the end of the period. Yeah. So let's have first the liability method. Okay, so here, I have already here the answer. So if you're going to use liability method, syempre, we are going to consider it or make it as a liability account. Kaya, nung original entry niya during September 1 is with debit cash kasi naka-receive tayo ng 120. Credit, we credit unearned revenue. It's because we consider it or recognize it as a liability account. Since, according to accrual basis of accounting, we will only recognize revenue when earned. How do we know when it is earned? When we provide the services or when we deliver the goods to the customer. That is why very conservative ang company nito, kaya gumamit sila ng liability method. Okay, but this is during September 1. What about during December 31? So, since this is rent, okay, I have here a schedule which begins September and it ends August, okay, next year. So therefore, every month they will going to earn 10,000. from that rent. Okay. Take note, the unearned revenue is 120,000. So therefore, after December 31, this is not no longer 120,000, meaning we are going to earn the 10,000 per month up to December 20, December of that year. Okay, so this will be the earned portion. And the remaining from January to August, this will be the unearned portion, meaning it will become liability. Okay, ayan, it will remain liability. But here we need to recognize it as a revenue. Why? It's because we already earned it and the services have already rendered. Okay, or the um, the goods has been delivered to the customer if merchandising yung concern niya. So therefore, we need to adjust. So sobra ito or overstated. So babawasan natin siya September, October, November, December. So 4 months. So how much is that? That is 40,000 pesos. Therefore, babawasan natin ang unearned revenue and to decrease the stability account, we need to debit it. Therefore, kaya meron tayong debit na 40,000 unearned revenue. Okay, and credit, you recognize this one as your earned portion. So we have to recognize revenue here. Now, if we're going to put it or transfer it to a T account, ayun, during the original entry, we have revenue account or unearned revenue account of 120,000, right? Okay. But at the end, again, it will no longer 120,000, kundi, ano na lang yan, 80,000. So therefore, para maging 80,000 ito, guys, we need to adjust. So, ayan. So we need to reduce the unearned revenue by 40,000. Kaya tayo nag-debit ng unearned revenue na 40,000 para mabalance at to make it updated na, which is dapat ang unearned revenue na lang natin at the end of the period is 80,000. Okay, so credit tayo 40,000 for the revenue. Okay, so ayan. Una-una, original entry 120,000, which is this one. Pero at the end of December 31, we reduce kasi nga 40,000 kasi nga na-earn na siya. So debit and earn revenue, credit revenue. So you will be guided by the schedule for you to know if tama yung answer natin. Okay? How about if we are going to translate it into income method? Okay, what if income method ang gamit nila? So I have here a different schedule using the revenue method. So in this method, we are going to recognize it the whole, okay, the whole advance payment from the customer as a revenue. Okay, so with debit cash 120, we credit kasi nga, di ba ni-recognize natin siya as income. So service revenue 120,000. Now at the end, remember, okay, we have here a um, ano pa din, schedule representing portion in the unearned portion. Yan. So therefore, itong service revenue na 120,000 is not really earned at the end of the period. Magkano lang ba talaga ang na-earn? Okay, from September to December, it's 40,000 lang. Therefore, we need to adjust na mag-reflect lang sa service revenue natin is only 40,000. Therefore, ilan lang yung magkano ang ano natin, unearned portion. It's 80,000. Therefore, we need to recognize liability. Kaya tayo, binawasan natin yung service revenue na 80,000. Okay? Ayan. For you to decrease revenue, you need to debit it. Okay? And then credit, ayun. Recognize tayo ng liability since these portion are still unearned. So, yung services pa yan, it will be provided next year. Okay, so that is why ganun yung entry natin. Now, if we're going to transfer it using the account, ayan, we recognize revenue 120,000 during its original entry or September 31. But again, okay, hindi talaga 120. ang income natin at the end, kundi it's only 40,000. Okay. So, okay, revenue will be debited, okay, by 80,000 pesos to make it 40,000 na lang talaga yung earned natin at the end of the period. That is why nag-credit tayo ng 80,000 pesos. Okay, so debit revenue, credit, unearned revenue. Ayan. So, so far, to sum it up, liability method, okay, recognize muna natin siya as liability. At the end, recognize tayo ng revenue. Pero kapag revenue, method ang gamit natin, i-recognize natin lahat as revenue. At the end, magre-recognize tayo ng liability since hindi pa yan earned lahat. And that is the liability method and the revenue method. So that will be all for this day. See you all next meeting for another video tutorial.